Welcome to the Plains Biome builds. Now I feel sad because that is the last time I get to say that, because today's video is the last one here in the Plains, but I also feel happy because after today's tour video of every build here in the Plains, we'll be moving on to a brand new build project. Now for this build project, I need your help. In a moment, I need you guys to pause the video and head over to my community tab here on the channel to vote for which build project you want to see next. So please help me decide by pausing the video right now and voting on which build project you want to see. All right, now let's get started on today's tour video of all of the builds I've done here in the Plains. All right, let's get started right here with the centerpiece of everything, which is the Longhouse. Now the Longhouse, I built it a couple months ago now. If I built it these days, there's definitely a few more details and techniques that I would add into this build, but I still love it. I love the style of the build. I love all the dark wood. I love the lookout at the top. And the best thing about this build is actually the functionality. I'll take you guys to the inside and show you how functional this build actually is. On the left side as we come in, we've got the workshop. This workshop is and has been insanely useful for me here in the Plains. We've got our maxed out forge, we've got our maxed out workbench, we've got our artisan table, I don't know how you say that. We've got every little thing you might need in a Valheim workshop. And we even have some extra details, some cool little things on the walls. And we've also even got a nice little living corner over here on the side. This is really cool. If you guys have seen my videos, you know that I like to preserve nature as much as I can in my builds. So when I got here in the Plains, there were some cloudberries here and I just left them and I kind of built this entire structure with these untouched on the inside. Over here on this side, more into that kind of functional Longhouse kind of theme, we've got our dining hall and our kitchen, and we've also got our storage area and where I sleep. The kitchen and the dining hall, love how these came out. We've got our little fermenting area here on the side, little kind of like breakfast table here. You know, we've got our oven here with some nice wood on the side to seem like the fuel for the oven, storage for food, dining room table. Love how this room came out. I'll take you guys right through here so you can see we've got a little treasure place right here with our little iron gates. We've got storage, plenty of storage here. And if I go up the stairs, we actually have my bedroom where I sleep. So that is that for the Longhouse. Well, I'll show you one more thing. We actually have the lookout. If you go all the way up this spiral staircase, you can actually see every single build that I've done here in the Plains from right here. I love how this kind of came together. You know, I wanted the Longhouse to be the centerpiece of everything, but I'd never realized that that would mean that I would actually have a view of every build from one spot. So I think that's really cool and kind of an unintentional feature of the Longhouse. All right, so out back, let's get started by talking about the Lox Farm. We've got a couple things here, but the Lox Farm I wanted to talk about first because there's something I've been wanting to say for a while, and it is I kind of messed up. When I originally built this design, I didn't think about one thing. I love the look of this design. I love the amount of space on the inside for the... What is going on up there? Okay. But what I didn't think about is the rain. And the rain, of course, you guys know the rain will make all of these pieces, they'll bring them down to half health. And you also have to consider that you have Loxes, they like to stand right up on the edge and occasionally they stomp. So with the rain taking these pieces down to half health and the Loxes stomping, I was doing a lot of repairing for a while with this build. But eventually what I did is I just took 45-degree angle roof peaks and I put them all down the top and I added the X's in on the sides. It's definitely not a very pretty fix. It kind of looks horrible, but it was a very quick fix and a very functional fix. Over here on this side, we've got a 3-tiered crop farm. Love this crop farm. This is actually a hill already going up this way, and I wanted to have a 3-tiered crop farm kind of going up like vertically, and so it just kind of worked out building kind of up with this hill, with the central staircase going up with the hill and the Lox Farm going up with the hill. This whole area back here is pretty cool, I think. And you know, we've got plenty of room here in these 3 fields to grow whatever I need. Of course, we've got barley and flax because we're here in the Plains, but we've also got regular crops. And then over here, we've got at the end of the crop farm, our windmill area. Love this area. This basically, I just needed a spot for some windmills. So I decided to build like a really cool stone spiral staircase leading up to here where we've got 3 windmills. You can see the lower windmills are just raised up just a little bit so I could add a little bit of like a detail layer down below. And I think they look a little bit better raised up a little bit. And of course, we've got our main centerpiece of it all, which is a windmill that I don't actually use. I actually can't access it, but I think it looks really cool up on this little platform, and I'll definitely be using this exact design again later on. I love how this design came out, and I think it works really well with the actual windmill structure. So that is that for the backyard. Now let's head over to the recreational area over that way. Oh, before I take you guys over there, I did want to show you one little update right here. We've got the gate to outside. Now this was a really big problem when I first made it. Back in the day, this gate was getting destroyed constantly by these guys. But what I learned is that if you actually just place some workbenches around the areas that enemies spawn, they won't spawn. I don't know how well this works with everything else, but I know it works really well with these guys. So a little update on that. You can see I've got a nice little gate here, and it actually doesn't get destroyed anymore. So it's super functional and works really well for me. All right, so let's head over here to the outdoor recreation area. As we're coming up to here, you can see I've got all my little nature elements that I like to incorporate. We've got some of my lamp posts out here that I like to use. And now we've got this large staircase here leading us up to kind of the outdoor recreation area, also the outdoor chill spot, the outdoor barbecue spot, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's got many names, but basically we've got a lot of little elements out here to kind of just relax and enjoy the outside. We've got a nice view of the ocean right here, a little lookout. We've got a picnic table, an actual outdoor kitchen. This is my favorite element of this area out here. We've got like cauldrons up top stored away with tankards stored away. We've got a bucket of blueberries, rug on the ground. Love the details. As we go this way, you can see I've got like an outdoor kind of cooking fire pit spot. We've got benches all around so you can sit and relax while your food is cooking. Little prep kitchen here on the side. We've got a hot tub area here. I usually don't light it though because there's so much smoke you can't see the bench that I made all the way around, and I love how this stone bench came out, especially with the tree that I built the bench around. Love that. Over here we've got a little like custom pagoda, kind of a crazy design with this one. Just kind of wanted to get a little bit of a wild element going here in the back. I used thatch roofs instead of the dark wood just to kind of make it, you know, like I said, a little more wild, a little more of an outdoorsy look. Then we've got some planters here on the side, and we also have access to the outdoor kitchen from the back. So that's that for this area. Let me take you guys down to the portal house. Now this build is probably actually my favorite build here in the Plains. I love making portal buildings with the theme of circles. Since portals are circles, I like to make just the whole thing based on a circle. So the building itself is a circle, the entrance is a circle, the floor plan is circular. It's just, I don't know. I love how this looks. You can see I put some little like beams here coming out of the roof to seem like it's all being supported right here. We've got portals going all the way around, a workbench here to repair anything if it gets destroyed. Pretty cool little centerpiece here. And then also we've got this thing right here, which I think is awesome. In case of emergency, you may partake of the mead. So the idea behind this is basically if anybody's getting in trouble somewhere, they're in a fight and they need to bail, they have no food, no heals, they can come through the portal over to TFG's house, use the mead, go back and finish their fight. And of course, hopefully sometime in the future, they will replenish the mead here on the stand. Let's talk about this right here. This is the boathouse. The boathouse was the first build I did here in the Plains. If you've been around since then, you know that I actually built the boathouse on that side of the harbor, and it was blocking so much of my view of the mountain backdrop. It was blocking some of the view of the Longhouse, so I actually had to spend a couple hours one day and rebuild it over on this side of the harbor. Man, it was a hassle, but totally worth it in the long run. Really glad that I did it. I'll take you guys inside to see what is going on right here. Oh my gosh, I'll take that. On the inside, you can see we've got a really nicely detailed boathouse, I think. We've got a lot of openings. I wanted to keep it super open. And then right here, we've got room for one longship. Now, obviously, you probably couldn't fit two in here, but height wise we're good. We got plenty of room up there. What's cool about this structure is that I didn't have to use any iron poles. This is actually all done with just the core wood poles. It's pretty cool. It worked out just perfectly at the very top. So that is that for the boathouse. And now we're going to finish up by actually going through the build that I did most recently, which is the harbor. Now here I got to do a lot of new techniques that I've been learning and practicing, and I got to just put little things all over the place. That's what was great about this build, is I wanted it to be like a port or like a harbor where you've got a lot of things being offloaded from boats, moved onto docks, and then being moved into the warehouse. So you just get all these little details everywhere, just kind of placed, all different things stacked up and everything. And I think it really created this really cool look. And then right here, you can see we've got a nice little crane design, just a little crane that might pull things off of ships with a little counterweight on the back. And then you've got like the gears on the sides that turn it left and right. Love how that design came out. Just love how this entire area came out, to be honest. Really, really cool with all the little details. Little cubbies here. For our little workbenches, little resource coves right here for the resources that might be coming off the ships. And then we've got the two buildings, which over on this side, we have the dock keeper's house, little wardrobe here, little dining room area right here, bed for them to sleep, some uniforms for their employees, a lookout up top. The lookout's pretty sweet. I just wanted the dock keeper to be able to see the harbor. I thought that would make sense. Over here, we've got the warehouse. Check this thing out. The warehouse has an insane amount of details inside, so much room for storage. You've got things stacked on top of things, personal chests on fermenters, love that. Chairs stacked on top of chairs, just so many little details in here. Check out part 1 and part 2 of the harbor builds if you want to see more about how I did all of this. But yeah, that is that for the interiors of these houses. That is that for the harbor, and that is that for the builds here in the Plains. Love how these builds came out. Love how the Plains compound all worked out. Next, like I said, I need you guys' help. Go vote on that survey. Let me know what you want me to do next. Thank you guys very, very much for watching and sticking along with me all through these Plains builds. Brand new build project coming soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, as always, have a good one.